If you're wanting to heal your conscious or unconscious authority wound, know yourself, trust yourself more, and transform your relationships, your family, and your life through astrology, you're in the right place. This is the foundation of everything I do. Hi, I'm Dominique. Welcome to Nurturing Astrology. If you're new here, I want to take a moment to share who I am, what I do, and why and how all the different areas of my work are actually deeply connected. Yes, I'm an astrologer, but my work goes far beyond interpreting charts and making predictions. I use astrology as a tool for self-awareness, emotional growth and healing, nurturing my relationships, conscious parenting, and learning how to live in deeper alignment with who we truly are. Especially for women, wives, mothers, and partners, and people navigating the complexities of family life, healing, identity, and personal growth. At the heart of my work is helping people reconnect to their own inner authority, because so many of us grew up disconnected from self-trust. We were shaped by early experiences with authority, often through the father dynamic or family systems, school systems, relationships, religion, or other environments where we learned that love, safety, approval, or belonging were conditional. And for many women especially, I can even speak for myself on this, it creates deeper patterns of people-pleasing, perfectionism, fear of getting it wrong, or over-functioning, handling so much, having a lot of self-doubt, or difficulty trusting your own intuition, or constantly seeking validation outside ourselves. In astrology, I often see this reflected through Saturn and what I call the authority wound or father wound archetype. And rather than seeing Saturn as something negative or punishing, I see Saturn as an invitation into mastery, maturity, learning that self-trust, building it, building boundaries and emotional responsibility, that inner stability and personal leadership. Because when the authority wound goes unhealed, it doesn't just stay in the past, it affects everything and shows up everywhere in our lives. How we love, how we communicate, how we choose partners, how we parent our children, how we respond to pressure, and how we regulate emotionally, how we feel safe being ourselves, and whether we can truly trust our own voice. This is why so much of my work begins here. Whether I'm talking about Saturn, the father archetype, marriage and partnership, conscious parenting, child development and temperament, or astrology and education, all of it comes back to helping people understand themselves more deeply so they can break unconscious patterns and create healthier relationships with themselves, with others, and with the next generation. One of the things I'm most passionate about is helping parents understand their relationship with their children to feel more confident and empowered as a parent. I bring together astrology, child development, temperament, and real-life application to help parents better understand emotional needs, learning styles, nervous system differences, and how to nurture children for who they actually are, not who society expects them to be. And honestly, this is part of why I care so deeply about astrology and education too, because I truly believe if parents, teachers, and caregivers better understood emotional regulation, temperament, and nervous system sensitivity, and the individuality we can see so clearly reflected in astrology, we could literally and radically change how children experience growing up. How many of you that know your astrology wish your parents could have understood you from this lens when you were young? We could raise children who trust themselves more deeply, who feel emotionally safe, who feel seen, who don't spend decades disconnecting from who they are just to feel accepted. I see myself as a bridge between astrology and conscious living, between spiritual insight and practical application, and between personal growth and healthier relationships, between understanding ourselves and learning how to nurture others more consciously. And I'm also a teacher at heart. Everything I share comes not only from years of studying astrology, relationships, child development, and human behavior, but from lived experience. This work is deeply personal to me. I'm not teaching from a know-it-all place of perfection. I'm teaching from practice, from my own grief, my own healing, my own experience as a mother, and from being married as long as I have, and from deep self-reflection, from witnessing these patterns in myself, my family, my clients, and the world around me. And my hope is that through this work, people begin to realize that astrology is not about fear or limitation. It is a tool for amazing self-awareness, a language for understanding ourselves more compassionately, and a framework for growth and healing, and a pathway back to self-trust. Because when you trust yourself, when you learn to stand in your own authority, when you nurture your astrology nature, you don't just change your life, you change the way you love, the way you lead, the way you parent, and the way you relate. And ultimately, the way the next generation experiences being human. So whether you're here for my Saturn and Father Wound work, my conscious parenting with astrology teachings, my astrology and education conversations, or my lunar videos and Nurturing Astrology podcast, just know there is a thread connecting all of it. And that thread is healing, self-awareness, conscious relationships, and learning how to live in deeper alignment with who we truly are and who we came here to be. I'm really glad you're here. And if you're new here, feel free to start checking out the playlist, whether it's my Conscious Parenting with Astrology, my Nurturing Astrology Nuggets, Astrology and Education, or go over to my website, nurturingastrology.com. Check out all the offerings there. Sign up for your first reading. I'd love to start working with you. There's also options for mentorship and coaching. Thanks again for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.